Yes, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, welcome back to the channel. To be seen or not to be seen, to see or not to see, that's the question in World of Tanks Blitz. And to spot effectively, you need to know a few things. And I'm going to tell you what you need to know. I'm going to tell you everything about view range. I'm going to tell you why I was able to spot this E100 while he did not spot me in return. And yes, this is pretty much a base game mechanic that you need to know about to use to your full advantage, to use to the biggest possible advantages that you can get over the enemy, that you can really use and maybe abuse a little bit. And I like Wargaming for doing new tutorials on the ATGMs. They want to make it a success. But I think this is pretty much a base thing that can't be stressed enough. So without any further ado, let's hop straight into the tutorial.
Spotting and Camouflage. A slightly noob-free tutorial for World of Tanks Blitz. By martindoggerwotb.
The basis of the view range and the spotting mechanics is pretty simple. You have this tank, represented by the orange box, and all tanks in the game have a certain maximum view range. Some tanks have a big view range, other tanks have a smaller view range. And once you start moving, you can get spotted by the enemy. Once you are spotted by the enemy, they will see you in the minimap, you get a notification from a light bulb, the enemy will start targeting you, they will shoot you, and then your tank will explode. That's how this game works. What are your chances then of enhancing your view range? Well, obviously you have to train your crew to 100% first. A crew that has mastered the tank is more effective than a new crew. Then you will have to start mounting top modules on your tanks. You can use coated optics to enhance the view range, and you can also use provisions to give a little bit edge to view range, maybe 10-50 meters, but all this will get you a maximum view range. But what about camouflage then? Say you've destroyed that tank on the left, and he's bringing his friend that has better view range, and that means that tank will outspot you. Well, tanks have a view range, but they also have a camouflage rating. Actually, they have 3 camouflage ratings. And here they are. The first one, the outer blue line, that is the camouflage rating upon firing. That means tanks that have a maximum view range and that will spot you, and they are within your camouflage ring, they will spot you. If you are moving, you also lose camo, but you lose a bit less camo while moving than you would lose camo upon firing. That's all logical and makes sense. And you have the best camouflage rating while you are stationary. It takes some time, it doesn't reset automatically, but sitting stationary gives you the best camouflage. But you can also do things to up your camouflage rating. Again, train your crew to 100%. Mount the top modules on your tanks. You can use a camouflage net. Note, if you use coated optics, you can't use a camouflage net and vice versa. You can check that in the equipment. You can also use provisions, you can use camouflage paint, and you can train your crew skills, and you have to go to the tank destroyer crew skills then and train the dedicated skill called camouflage. And then there's a few things that you need to know to fully use the camouflage and the spotting mechanics. And that is that light tanks retain their camouflage rating while moving. So while moving is stationary, their camouflage rating is the same. Bigger tanks usually have a worse camouflage rating. Higher tiers get better and bigger view range. That's something to take into consideration when you're driving bottom tier tanks. And light and medium tanks, by and large, have better view range than heavy tanks. But the camouflage rating of light and medium tanks is not always better than the camouflage rating on tank destroyers. Last, use the terrain to keep you shielded from the enemy. If they can't see you, if they do not have a line of sight, then you will not get spotted. Turn on the rangefinder to check distances. Use bushes to shield your shots, and always anticipate being spotted. Right, theory, let's paint a picture. Let's show you some gameplay. There's going to be an interesting engagement with the T124. I'm going to shoot this T92E1. I anticipate being spotted. 1, 2, 3, ping, light bulb, there it is, and then the T124 misses me because I'm behind a building. I'm going to drive away, reset my camouflage, which takes about 10 seconds, which you can see here. The T124 disappeared, and I re-spot him, and take a look at the rangefinder right there in the middle of the screen, 236 meters. He cannot outspot me now. My view range is better. I have better camouflage rating than he does. I do outspot him. And the waffle on my team is going to shoot him. I back up just a little bit more. 262 meters. He cannot spot me. I shoot him. I do anticipate getting spotted. But as you can see, there's no light bulb, which means I was not spotted by that T-124. And to really use the spotting mechanics, you have to know that your view range spot is on top of the tank and with the gun mantlet, and there's another one sort of hanging in front of the tank. There's actually 2 view range spots on the gun mantlet. There are a lot of visibility checkpoints. They are all around the tank, and that means that if tanks are behind a building with their asses sticking out on the sides, you can spot them, but they cannot spot you back. And this E100 obviously has a worse view range and camouflage rating than I have. So I go into the bush. There we go. I can shoot him through the turret side. Lovely. I go behind this rock just in case he blind fires. He does not. I'm going to drive forward, use the bush to shield myself, spot the E100, back up again, heat shot through the lower plate. There we go. And I go behind the rock again. And take a look at this. He's going to go unspotted for just a very brief second, but he fired. That means that his camouflage rating is completely down, and that means as long as I don't rush in with all guns blazing YOLO Rambo mode style, I can just keep respotting him for my tank destroyers. But I do not want to do that. I do not want to throw away my hit points. I've noticed what's happening on the flank. I'm going to move in, kill the WZ 1-1, and we will then win this game eventually. Right, this one, you've probably seen it on the WZ Blaze review. But I wanted to show this one again because of this moment. And if you look at the rangefinder, you can see that I'm at a distance of 161 meters of this Bulldog, a light tank at tier 7. But he's behind his bush, I'm behind mine, which means I'm double bushed. And that also means that if I shoot him, I do not get spotted. I did anticipate getting spotted, but 1, 2, 3, no light bulb. Fair enough. I'm then going to move towards the flank, and not all the bushes in this game are equal. Not all the bushes give you the same amount of protection. I was thinking I'm at 250 meters from this Pershing, but I was still spotted, maybe by some other tanks, I'm not quite sure, but you can also see what I did there. I did shoot him, and I anticipated getting spotted. And here I'm going to move away. I've noticed what my team is doing. I've noticed they've gone towards the flank where I'm not. I'm not going to sit here. I spot the T-26 E4 and I bugger off. And then I see those tank destroyers up there on that ridge. Right, time to spot a little bit. I'm moving up onto my own ridge, going forward, and I'm going to shoot the T-49, and I knew he was coming. Well, Martin, how did you know? How did you know he was coming? Well, I'm going to show you again. Take a look in the middle. See that? Tree down. I stop. There he is. Hello. Shoot. Move back. Anticipate being spotted. Of course I'm spotted at that range. But nobody will be able to shoot me while I'm sitting here. And I have a very long reload, which means that by the time I am reloaded, my camouflage rating has been reset. And remember, I'm a light tank. My camouflage rating does not drop when I'm moving. And this IS-8 is getting hammered now by my friendly tank destroyers. Lovely jubbly, I'm just gonna wait it out here. We got a heavy in the back as well. There is the Pershing again, the Super Pershing, who's not feeling very super. He is moving forward, is now backing off. That means his light bulb has gone off. And I'm not going to risk a shot on the AMX 5120. That's way too far, way too much distance. And there's a big chance that any of the rest will shoot me and spot me. And I'm using the bush to shoot the Borsig. Still back up. But I'm not spotted. Good, fair enough. AMX 5120 kills the M6A2E1X, who just decided to drive forward. And this is just a waiting game here. Is this very OP replay gameplay? Is this very exciting to watch? Well, maybe not. But it sure is freaking useful. And what I like the best about this is the fact that I'm not losing any health. It was a bit of a boring game, but still quite fun to watch. I was thinking, I'm having all the cards here. I've got this ridge. I can drop down on the left, I can drop down on the right. I've got my adrenaline. I'm just going to respot these tanks over and over again. Oh, hello, AMX 5120. Look at the T-26E4. Do you see? He's already getting frustrated. He's thinking I'm in the bush. He's going to shoot the bush. But I'm not there. I'm in the other bush. And I'm just gonna wait until he drops off, which is about now, I think, or maybe just a few seconds later. You can see he dropped off. He is behind the ridge. He's using the topography, the terrain. I'm just going to move forward just a little bit. Hello! And I'm backing up again. And he's thinking, right, he's probably in the other bush. Or I'm spotted again. I'm gonna back up again, down the ridge, go unspotted. And this is just a game of back and forth. I'm just constantly respotting them, because I know the spotting mechanics. I know how this view range works. Nobody spotted over there. Just move forward ever so slightly. Hello, AMX 5120. Boom! One shot into you and another one. And that one misses or bounces, I don't know, but it was fun. I'm not going to be trigger happy, because his AMX 5120 then shot, and then the T26E4 is getting very frustrated, going to shoot the bush down there as well. He didn't see me. We won the game fairly easily. Was a fun one. Right, then about this one. The end of that leopard map. Leopard map awareness, spotting, whatever game map. I went on a flank. I'm all alone over here. My teammates might not be that happy with me. But I'm again holding all the cards. They don't know I'm here. Well, I'm shooting them, so they should know I'm here now. But I'm just retaining my hit points. Hello, FE. Shoot you again. Yes, wir haben sie voll erwischt, which is good. Then I want to go forward, and then I'm thinking I'm going to shoot this FE. Then I'm thinking, right, can I shoot him? Oh, I can shoot that E100. And I'm a Muppet. No, I'm going to shoot the 54 first. You can see the range I'm at. 260. He cannot see me, he cannot shoot me. I do make a bit of a mistake trying to shoot this E100, not in terms of view range, but I wanted to track him. Just, oh, come on, Otto, what are you doing? I should have just waited, and I should have shot him in the back of the turret. You can also see that this E100 has a dead commander, and because he has a dead commander, his view range is less. But yeah, I'm just using the terrain, and I knew I was getting spotted by this FE, but I also knew I was behind him. I was able to shoot him in the turret. I'm backing up again. I'm probably unspotted now. He's gonna pop on the side of the building. Yes, shoot him once. There we go. And we have cleared him. You can see another light bulb, which means that I went unspotted. And because I've been able to do this, looking at the view ranges, the spotting mechanics, etc., retaining my hit points, I'm able to mop up now. I can shoot his E50. I'm going to slightly circle this T54, shoot him once, stop on the spot, drive backwards. I have my adrenaline still rushing. There we go. Now we're gonna win this game. And that's it. That's all there is to say about spotting, about camouflage, about the tutorial. Please leave your thoughts and comments down below, ladies and gentlemen, Tankers of Blitz Universe. Please tell me what types of tutorials you would like to see as well in this game, or maybe from me. And as always, cheers, happy tanking, thank you for your support. I'll catch you all on the next video. Bye bye.